Hey guys, what is up? If you've been following my page, you know I'm a huge fan of personal development. Well, today is the day. There's going to be a huge fitness and business event on a super yacht here in Dubai. So I'm going to be doing a mini vlog and showing what goes on behind the scenes. But before we get to that, you know you got to start your day off with a workout. So you got to work out in beforehand and then we're going to get ready for the yacht. Right guys, morning walk every single day. I'm so blessed to have this on my doorstep. Every single morning I go on a morning walk, and honestly, some of my most productive ideas come to me. That's my tower over there, by the way. Come to me while I'm on the morning walk. And I always say to my clients, if you can find some time in the morning just to get out or do some form of activity, I think there's such power in that. And for me, when I'm on this morning walk, I will come up with ideas for content, for YouTube ideas, for things we're going to be implementing with our clients. So I think there's a lot to be said for being caffeinated, spending time outdoors, and just allowing your mind to think. So check out these views, absolutely amazing. I'm blessed to have this on my doorstep. But now let's get into this gym workout. I'm going to show you the new gym that just opened up in the marina. Absolutely sick. It's awesome. It's right next to my apartment, so it's pretty sweet. So I'm going to go there now, do a quick session, nothing too strenuous. I've got a 10-kilometer run on tomorrow, so I'm just going to save the body, rest the body, just do some upper body work and some mobility work. And then the yacht is to come later on today. So now the workout is done. I mean, what a way to start the day. 8:30, 10K steps in, workout in, go and do a bit of work, grab a bit of food, and then time to go on the yacht later on. Right guys, here we are. Look at this for a setup. This is what a private boat looks like. Unbelievable. This is the indoor section. We also have the outdoors right out there. Then there was food here as well. I didn't get to snap that because everyone had it gone super quick. And we're just about to land back now. So I'm going to try grab an interview with Charlie. Charlie is the organizer of the event. I'm going to ask him a couple of questions. He's really helped me out a lot. And we'll see if we can grab him for a few minutes.
Like, it's the human's psychology that they realize that it's 6 months and it's this kind of diet and I'm on this program for 6 months, that's it. And then I usually have to either downsell or then they leave because we have achieved the result in 6 months or they just leave. So I should try it out now, but what do you think about just...
Second live event of the year, Charlie. How are you feeling?
Excited. I've still got my voice, and I think one thing I just love about this is how inspirational it is. You can even see like the background behind this, and one of the things I was saying about Adrian is like how he has personally transformed in the time I've known him over the last 2.5 years. And we talk about the law of exposure. Of like once you expose yourself to these things, once you've seen something, you can't unsee it. So I think that's my biggest thing I want to give to people.
Yeah, I've been working with Charlie for 2 years, and safe to say you've really helped me out personally and professionally too. For you, how many years have you been in business?
I left my full-time job 25th of February 2019. It was my Independence Day, so that's like, it'll be 6 years in February. So it's like 5 3/4 year. And I think in the reality of time span of life, that's a very short period of time. And that's what I say to people is that you can change your life really quickly, but it just comes down to making a decision. And the problem is that most people are afraid of making the decision. But the real thing you should be afraid of is regretting being in the same position you're in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 15 years' time. And you won't make a change until the pain of the potential regret is going to be bigger than the pain of change.
And for you, so running such a big business, in what way has like taking care of your health and being in shape been able to benefit you?
The saying of like you have to put your own oxygen mask on first and life jacket on first is the key thing. So like you have to be the greatest version of yourself and pour into your own cup before you can pour into anyone else. And in particular, in my opinion, as a man, like if you can be really successful but you're not in great shape, people will still not fully respect you. Like my big thing is I want to kind of tick all the boxes in every area of life, not just be financially successful. So I think for people to perform also at the highest level of business is mental horsepower, right? So if you're physically very fit, you've got great energy, you're in a great mood all the time, will you be more successful than if you're unfit and not healthy? 1,000%.
So what advice would you give to any business guys who they've taken care of the financial side, maybe the family, but the fitness is like their lagging area?
The shortcut to anything you want in life is via coaching, consulting, and finding the person who can help you collapse time in to get there. And that's not for me to plug Adrian, but that's speaking from my own advice. I built one of the biggest fitness businesses in the world, and I've still personally worked with a fitness coach every single day for the last 7 years. I still work with someone now who coaches me for fitness, and I know what I'm doing. But it just allows me to take some things off of me and allows me to move forward faster and have a third opinion, and which is a freeing experience. Because if you're a business owner watching this, the last thing you need to think about is like, what are my macros, what are you training? Just pay someone who knows what they're doing to tell you what to do, and that's a shortcut to get the result you want to do. All you have to do is then execute, and if you can execute, which you can in business, you can do it in fitness.
And last question, what's the vision? So you've built a huge business in the last, let's just say three years or so. Where do you see yourself, or where do you see the business 3 years on from it?
I see what we're doing now is going to at least 5x in the next probably 24 months, and also kind of blend into other industries. You can kind of see that from some of the other people here today. There's like some of the best speakers in the Middle East and all such kind of stuff. I'm incredibly passionate about business. The second thing I actually love, which I know you like, is podcasts. So if I could do nothing but just do podcasts and make money from doing that, I would do podcasts with amazing people all day long. The reason I like that is because I like to learn, and that's where people need to see life as this game of skill acquisition and learning. So for me, that's probably the biggest things I want to focus on, is scaling our kind of coaching consultant business, and then also building a media business around that, and the two kind of work together.
Awesome. Well, all I can say is that when I first moved to Dubai, is like I said I was at this level here, but just you can try do it on your own, or you can just look at someone ahead of you, and it's not to say you can't get there on your own, but they can accelerate the progress. So I don't know what I'd be here. I'm not saying I've meddled by any means, but I'm sure I'm much further ahead now than I would have been had I not got in contact with you.
And the best piece of advice I give to anyone is, you are paying an ignorance tax right now you don't even know, and that's the cost of the unknown unknowns. And if you've been successful in any area of life, you will understand that deeply.
Cheers, Charlie. Yes, guys, that is a wrap on another amazing week, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'm such a huge advocate of personal development. My first ever personal development coach, Tony Robbins. I read his book back in 2017 called Awaken the Giant Within. And one thing Tony Robbins always said, and he's the #1 personal development coach in the world, if he said that you probably should listen to it, is that the fastest way to grow is to find people who are ahead of you and try to model what they do and ideally invest in them. So for me, I always ask the question, who, not how. Who can help me get there rather than how can I get there? Because while I probably could figure things out on my own, there's two ways you can pay, I always say. You can pay in money or you can pay in time. For me, it's like, look, you're never going to get any younger. You're never going to be as young as you are right now. You can always work harder, you can always earn more money. So I've always been a big advocate of investing in mentorship, investing in coaching, and really just trying to develop myself as much as possible. And just weekends like this where you're around like-minded people who are into growth, who are into personal development, it just gives me such fulfillment, and I also have a lot of ideas written down here that I'm so excited about implementing with our coaching team and also with our clients. And that's why personally I get such fulfillment from doing live events with our clients on average 3 times a year. I think there's a huge craving nowadays for people for human connection and community. So at Mac Lifestyle Fitness, we typically do 3 photo shoots a year, 3 group workouts, and we always go for food afterwards. And just all the time, our members often say that was one of the highlights of their years. So if you have watched this far, it's likely you have a growth mindset too. You don't want to settle for mediocrity. So many men, they say, look, you know, I'm not in the worst shape, I'm not in the best shape, and they just settle on being average. If you don't want to be average, if you want to improve and just fulfill your inner potential, just remember, never ever stop growing. Fitness, business, personal development, it's an infinite game. The goal of this game is to keep on playing. And the day you think that you've made it, that you know it all, that's typically the day you start resorting back to your old ways. So for me, coming away from events like this, it's like there's so much I don't even know that I don't know. And that's what Charlie alluded to, that's your ignorance tax. So if you want to put this into practice, I'd highly recommend even just doing 30 minutes daily reading. And of course, because I'm a health and fitness coach, make sure you take care of your body and you train it and nourish it properly every single day. And if you enjoy vlogs like this and you want to see more like it, please make sure you subscribe. If you want daily fitness content, follow my Instagram. It's Adrian_MacLifestyleFitness. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching with me and my team, just click the link below to schedule a call with me to see if we can help. That's all for this video. Catch you in the next one.